Welcome to High School Football Game Night, presented by the Scenic Sports Network. Now, here's tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Riverview Stadium, where we are set to begin the game. First game, home game of the season for the all-new Dothan Wolves. The Wolves are all new this year. Gavin?
Absolutely. We're so excited about football. Football is in the air, and we've got some key players tonight that we're going to be looking at. And the key players for the Dothan Wolves that we're going to be looking at is Tiberius Webb. He's a senior. Man, he's quick. He's shifty, and you're going to want to get him in space. You're going to get him on the edge, and he's going to be gone. All right, the one thing that we do need to look at for the Wolves is last game they had 5 turnovers. And so we need to make sure that the turnovers are, we limit those turnovers. And we had a slow start this last game, and we need to make sure there's a faster start this game. Make sure to run the ball if you're the Dothan Wolves also. And we're going to be looking at Jamal Lane as our quarterback for the Dothan Wolves. And our top 2 tacklers also were Preston Whitaker and Myron Bell. Here comes our Dothan Wolves. Here we go.
Okay, as we begin a new era in Dothan high school football. For those of you that don't know, Dothan and Northview merged last year, and so they have become the Dothan Wolves, where it used to be the Northview Cougars and the Dothan High Tigers, but now they are the Wolves, and they are up against some real competition tonight, the Wetumpka Indians.
That's right, Mitt, and the Wetumpka Indians have got a wonderful quarterback, and that quarterback is 6'2", 205, and he is going to be coming at the Wolves all night long. Their offense runs through that quarterback, so you're going to be seeing him a lot tonight.
So there's some other key players you want to talk about this time. Tell me about the team. Wetumpka's the defending 6A champions, am I correct?
That is correct.
And they are always put together a good team every year, so they're up there, and we're hoping this is Dothan's last year playing in the actually as a 6A team. They will move to 7A next year.
That's right, Mitt. And one thing to look at is this team is obviously new. We're the Wolves now, and so the Wolves are going to have a lot of juniors and seniors on their team, something that we've never really seen before. So we're really excited to see some upperclassmen come in here and see what they can do on the gridiron.
So Wetumpka chose to receive as we are set for the kickoff. Good crowd on hand tonight for the first game of the Wolves. And the ball is taken at the 6-yard line, ball across the 25. He's got some running room. And we have a flag way back around the 15-yard line, so that one's probably coming back.
Yeah, most likely that's going to be a block in the back, but we'll see.
So we'll see what the penalty is, and we'd like to welcome all of you here tonight. I'm Mick Kirkland along with Gavin Thomas on the sideline. Cameraman tonight, Willie Elder. Glad to have the crew back in place. We're waiting to see what the call is. We talked about some of the key players for Wetumpka. Quarterback is number 6, Taquan Rawls. He's a senior.
On the return team. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that, man. We got a block in the back on the return team. So looks like Dothan came up with a really good play there.
So Wetumpka will be starting at their on what is on the about the 7-yard line. They hand the ball off, and Wolves swarm into the backfield, and look like he's going to be thrown for a loss.
Yeah, that was a great stop there by the Dothan Wolves. Two men to look for on the defense is Preston Whitaker and Myron Bell. Look for these guys. They're big and they're tenacious.
So to bring up a second down for the Indians, a 2nd and 11. Quarterback keeps it, and he goes up the middle, and he breaks a tackle, and he takes it out across near the 20, but it's enough for a Wetumpka first down.
Mitt, did I tell you we were going to be talking about number 6 all night long?
Yes, you did. So that was Rawls. So it will be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Quarterback drops back, finds an open receiver, but he's hit immediately by number 11 of the Macon of the Wolves.
That was a great tackle by number 11, Mitt. You know, one thing you got to look at when you're working on your first couple of games coming out of the summer workouts and everything, that was a great tackle. That's the kind of tackle you want to look for.
A good open field tackle by the Wolves. So it brings up a 2nd and about 6. And the quarterback is hit, and he's taken down. That was number 3 for the Wolves. That's Webb, T. Webb on the stop. So he picked up a couple of yards. They're going to give him a couple of yards. So it brings up 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, it's going to take more than one person to bring number 6 down, Mitt.
Yeah, Rawls, he's tough. They hand the ball off, and it should be stopped short of the first down. And a swarm of Wolves make the stop. And in on that stop was, I believe that was number 9 in on that stop. That would be Jaden Foreman. So the Indians will have to punt. Wow, he got in there. Good high punt. It's taken at the 40 by Barber, and he can do some things. If he gets it outside, and he's still going.
Still going.
Barber.
Still going, Mitt. All right.
Oh, no, wait. No flag. Jabri takes it to 60 yards.
That was absolutely amazing, Mitt. I didn't know if he was going to be able to get around the corner, but he was able to get around the corner pretty quick, and it was to the races then.
Wow, what a way to start the season at home.
Hey, Mitt, I want you to make sure of something here. We do have a flag on the...
Is there a flag?
We do have a flag down here on the field. We got the coaches that are talking to the ref now.
Well, I didn't see a flag during the...
I believe it's going to be holding on Dothan, Mitt.
Oh, no. So that one will come back. Oh, man.
That is going to wipe out a big play and a lot of momentum.
Wow. So they called that one back. And like I said, I didn't see a flag on the field at the time, but...
yeah, they threw it over here by the sideline. Nobody saw it, I don't think.
Yeah, so, wow, what we thought was going to be a 60-yard touchdown return, kickoff return by Barber, it turns out a penalty, so Dothan will start on their own 43. Lane, he passes it out, and it's complete over to number 6, and that is White.
Number 6.
White, and it's enough for a full first down.
I like the confidence. We've got something happening here, Mitt. Give me 1 second. A referee wanted to stop the action, and he's trying to say something. We're having some technical difficulties with the mic, so I'm not exactly sure I think we put some more time on the clock, Mitt.
Okay. 1st and 10 from the 45. The pass is incomplete, intended that time for Johnson.
Number 2, Jamal Lane's pass is intended.
So,
Number 9.
Former, excuse me. That was former.
Hey, Mitt, I tell you what, this is really interesting, them coming out and throwing the ball two times in a row. One of the things that Smitty Grutter was talking about this week was they wanted to run the ball. They just wanted to run the ball, see how that was going to do. And here they are throwing it again.
And wide open was Barber, but Lane could not get it to him. He had nothing but green grass in front of him.
But again, like, that's 3 passes in a row for the Dothan Wolves, and all week this past week he was talking about, we got to run the ball, we got to run the ball. So this is very interesting. We'll see what happens.
Maybe they saw something in the film that would open things up, open the passing game up for them. So it'll be 3rd and 10, and we have a flag. I'm not sure whether they jumped offside or...
I believe we got a false start.
False start, yeah. So after that great return, which was called back because of the holding penalty, they have the Wolves have been able to pick up 1 first down, but they have been passing the ball like you talked about, and that time to get a penalty. So it gives them a 3rd and about
yeah, that's going to back them up a good
15,
bit.
3rd and 15. Lane completes the ball to Barber, but he's hit at the line of scrimmage, so it goes nowhere. So the Wolves will have to punt the ball after a pretty electrifying start.
Number 2, Jamal Lane's pass.
Wolves had some great momentum there with that run back. Just unfortunately, that flag. You know, you're going to have flags like that in the beginning of the season, but that's just a tough one.
4th down and 15 for the Wolves.
Punt up. And it's taken on the 12-yard line. It's number 24, Davis, receiving the punt.
Saved by number 24, Davis.
So it's a 1st and 10. And the Indians will be starting at their own 12-yard line. Rawls is the quarterback. He takes the snap and he hands it off. And up the middle was around the side was number 1, Terrence Thomas, and he picks up a 1st down.
It's a great tackle by number 21. If he doesn't tackle him there, man, he's gone.
Number 21 is Fisher Parrish. First and 10. And they fumble the ball, and it's recovered by the quarterback, Rawls. And so it will be a loss. Looks about a 10-yard loss on that one. So it brings up a 2nd and 20. Ross drops back. He's got plenty of time. He scrambles, and he goes deep, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. So it brings up a 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20 for the Indians.
Yeah, man, that Dothan defense needs to watch out for number 24. He is an elite athlete.
That's Davis.
Last game against Fairhope this last week, he ran a 94-yard return back.
Drops back, he's scrambling, and he goes for the sideline, and he's going to be taken down. A good tackle that time by number 5 that was Reese, I believe. Number 5, excuse me, that was Donald Glenn. Glenn on the stop. We've seen some good tackling by the Wolves tonight.
That's a great defensive stop, Mitt. It's going to be hard to contain number 6, but if we can squeeze the gaps in on him and make sure he doesn't get out on the outside, Wolves are going to have a better shot of winning this game.
Barber's back. He takes it at the inside the 40, inside the 40, about the 47, takes it down to about the 30, about the 38. So the Wolves will be starting with good field position. They'll actually be starting in Wetumpka High School territory.
And number 41, Austin Turner.
So first and 10 at the, let's see, that will be at the 39. And Dothan tries to run it, and he gets away. Well, they're going to say it was down. That was number 2, Jamal Lane, trying to run it, but he had great pursuit. His knee went down behind the line of scrimmage, so it's a loss.
That was very close for his knee. I don't know.
So it's a second and about 13 for the Wolves.
Timeout, Dothan.
Timeout on the field. 6:13 left in the first. No score between Dothan and Wetumpka. Second and about 14. Well, second and 13. We'll say 13 for the Wolves. This drive started in Indian territory. The handoff is taken by number 3 for the Wolves, and that's Webb, and he advances the ball across the original line of scrimmage down to about the 37-yard line, a gain of about 4. So it brings up a 3rd and 9. Lane finds him open, wide open. Number 9 takes it in for the touchdown. Jayden Former. That was a 37-yard TD pass.
Great play by the Dothan Wolves. Great play by Jamal Lane. What a throw. Right on the money.
Like I said earlier, evidently they saw something that would work for them passing. To go for the 2-point conversion, he's still up it, but in the heat, did he make it? No, he's short. That was a beautiful pass from Lane to Former. So what's your impression so far of the Wolves?
My impression, Mitt, is the Wolves, they took some time to work on some things this past week. After the play they had this past week, they really needed to work on their passing game, and looks like it came through.
Yeah, so the score is now the Dothan Wolves 6 and the Wetumpka Indians nothing. We're glad to be here another year with you on the Scenic Sports Network, bringing you high school action from around the Wiregrass area. I'm Mitt Kirkland along with Gavin Thomas on the sideline. Glad to have Gavin out there. You did some work on the broadcast up at Auburn, is that correct?
That's right, yep, graduated from Auburn University with a media studies degree. Good to be here with you, Mitt.
You helped us out a few years ago, I believe, before you started at Auburn. I believe so. Was that correct?
That's right. Started at Auburn, worked for SEC Network while I was at Auburn, and really enjoyed that. And just looking to just any opportunity I can.
Ball is taken inside the 10. And the ball is set, and great return out. He's still up, but he's out of bounds. A great return to about the 42-yard line, about a 31-yard return. So Wetumpka with their best starting field position of the night. They'll be starting on their own 42-yard line.
Again, man, the Dothan Wolves defense, though, has done a really good job of containing number 6. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, number 6, he's something else. That's a Taquan Rawls. Rawls takes the snap, keeps it, and he's behind the block, and he's knocked out of bounds at about midfield. A gain of 9. It brings up 2nd and 1.
It mightn't be hard to see exactly how big number 6 is, but all I can tell you is Cam Newton is 6'2", and this guy's 6'2" also. And I've seen some big boys, but that quarterback right there is a big boy.
Second and a little less than 2. Drops back, he goes deep, and overthrows his intended receiver, number 15, Johnson. That time Rawls had him open but could not connect. So it brings up a 3rd and a couple.
Yeah, Mitt, I wouldn't be surprised if they circled that one and came back to it. Almost all 3 receivers were wide open on that play.
Rawls, he keeps it, and he's going to pick up the first down and more. And boy, he's strong. And we have a flag in the backfield, probably holding. That one's coming back. But I tell you what, you said it right about Rawls. He's strong.
We got holding on the Indians.
Holding offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay, 3rd down.
Okay, holding. So they're going to replay 3rd down, so it brings up a 3rd and about 14. This is a big play for the Dothan defense. If they can stop them here and get the ball back, they can. Oh, another flag. Well, was it a flag or a timeout?
I don't believe they were ready to hike the ball yet.
Yeah, okay. Third and 14 for the Indians. Rawls drops back. He's being pursued, and he's going to be taken down inside the 30. 29-35 and number 9 in on that play. 25 is, let's see, for Dothan is, well, 35 is,
What a great time to call a blitz play there, Mitt.
okay, I've got to make sure I got it right. Roster, so 4th down, we'll get you updated on this roster in just a second. A good punt, fair catch at the 36. So the Wolves did a good job of containing Rawls that time, and they were able to force a punt. They sacked him and was able to force a punt, and they take over at the 37-yard line.
First and 10 on the 37-yard line.
On 37. Dothan's leading 6-0, 4:25 left in the opening quarter. The handoff. And I tell you what, boy, these Tigers, these Wolves are running. That was number 3. Webb is starting to get right.
It's nice seeing these offensive linemen doing their job down here. I mean, they are just taking them right off the line.
That was a gain of about 14. The ball's out to it's on the Indian side of the field. They hand it off to Webb again, and he goes to the outside. He cuts back inside. He's got some running room. He puts a fake on him, and he's going down the sideline. He's got a man to beat, and he's taken out at the 10. But there's a flag on the other side of the field. That was probably coming back. There's a flag on the far side, holding against the Wolves. And if I accidentally said Tigers, I've been calling Dothan games for years and years. So just excuse my slips, if there happen to be any.
Yeah, man, we're going to have to get used to that. I know I'm thinking Tigers, but it's the Wolves.
Offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
Holding, so that will back the Wolves up 10 yards. But I'm saying some things that are really working and looking good. They've pretty much got the Indians off balance right now. They've been able to pass and pick up big yards and to run the ball effectively.
Absolutely. The Wolves are just shooting themselves in the foot right now with these penalties.
That time they give it to Barber. It looked like a mix-up, but his speed gets him around the edge, and he picks up he gets back in within the first down. Let's see what's happening here. That was a gain of about 12.
Number 2, Jamal Lane.
Oh, man, he ran a long way to get a couple of yards.
Yeah, but
number 23,
you're right.
Avery Thomas.
It's a second, but it could have been a loss. It looked like it was going to be a loss because it was a mix-up in the backfield on the handoff. Wide open is Barber, and he's got some running room, and he's still on. He breaks the tackle. He's going down the sideline. He steps back inside the 10 for Wolves first down.
What a move he put on that linebacker back there.
Wow. Looked like he was going to be taken down, and he juked him, and he picked up some additional yards and takes the ball inside where they're going to mark it at the 10-yard line.
If you see here, man, they are making sure they're getting number 1 in space to work because he can put it on them.
So Jabri Barber, we saw him do some incredible things on the basketball court last season, and we're seeing him do some incredible things on the football field here tonight. 3:18 left in the first. The score is Dothan 6, Wetumpka nothing. The ball is first and goal at the 10-yard line.
Johnson Agency, AMX Alabama Motor Express Incorporated.
Well back in the backfield playing. They give it away up, and he fights his way down to near the 5-yard line.
Corporate sponsors this year. They make things possible for our athletic.
The Wolves really need to punch it in here. It would be really nice to go ahead and go up 2 scores in the first quarter.
So the ball, I think, is about the 6-yard line? Yeah, it's second and goal from the 6. They give it to Webb, and he goes inside the 5 down near the goal line.
He's close.
They're going to mark him, I think, at about the 3. Third and goal from the 3. And Lane keeps it and takes it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Wolves!
They went with a Wildcat offense there. Number 1 just going ahead and just taking it in himself.
That was Barber, Jabri Barber.
I think the one thing that's most impressive, Mitt, that I'm looking at is they're holding on to that ball. That was one thing Smitty Grider was talking about also, was just making sure that we hold on to the ball, because that's the most important thing. If we don't have the ball, we're not going to score.
Yeah, you're right. Extra point is good, so Dothan goes up by a score of 13-0 over the Wetumpka Indians with 2:12 left in the first. So the Wolves put together a 30. That drive actually started on their own 37-yard line, and the ball is taken to the into the end zone by Jabri Barber. So Wetumpka returns the kickoff out to about the 22.
Kick received by number 24. Davis is stopped by.
Right now, Dothan really
20.
has Wetumpka off balance. They really do. They've done a lot of things well. The running game is going, the passing game is going, and the defense is really playing well.
10 at the 22.
Yeah, man, they're feeding off this energy right now of this crowd. What a crowd tonight.
It's great to see it. Boy, he's running around, and boy, he broke a couple. I tell you, you talk about strong. You talk about strong. That number 6, Rawls is strong. Looked like he was going to be thrown for a loss, and he just kept maneuvering and pushing and tugging till he was able to pick up a first down.
Yeah, man, number 6 been eating his Wheaties this summer.
Number 6, Taekwon Rawls. Rawls is stopped by number 36.
The handoff, the fake handoff, pass complete, and a good tackle that time by the Wolves. And we've seen them make some good open field tackles.
The Wolves are doing a good job right now at gang tackling, make sure that everybody's around the ball. That's great.
A gain of 4 brings up a 2nd and 6.
Second down and 6.
Rawls. And he keeps the ball. He fakes handoff. He keeps it, and he goes across midfield to about the 46-yard line of the Wolves. They definitely going to have to find a way to stop him and slow him down.
Yeah, man, there is a flag on the play, though, so I think this might be coming back.
You were talking about the crowd earlier. Let's see what the...
You're going to hear it if it's on Wetumpka.
Fouls on the play, face on the defense, holding on the offense. Those penalties offset, replayed second down.
Okay, so there were offsetting penalties on that play, so the second down will be replayed.
We'll line it up and replay it again.
Yep. So I tell you, that was definitely to Dothan's advantage on that one, because Rawls had picked up some serious yards. Man in motion, and he Rawls fumbles, and he pitches it out, and he's got some running room, and wow, that little hesitation on the fumble pitch was just enough time to make some things happen, to throw off the timing of the defense. A big gain that time down to the 40-yard line of the Wolves. First and 10 at the 40, 33 seconds left in the first. The Wolves leading 13-0. Rawls, intercepted! And he's still on his feet. Wow, what a return. That was Samuel Gilligan on the interception, and a great return.
What a play, man, what a play. That defense really needed that play. They had a couple of big plays the Indians did, and Dothan was able to capitalize.
Wow. That was Samuel Gilligan. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 44 for the Wolves. And the pass pulled right through the hands of number 9, Former.
Was throwing a little behind him, but he definitely could have gotten it there.
They're coming down. We'll see if they don't actually. Let's see. They'll get one more play in before the end of the 1st. Lane rolls out. And it's complete over to Barber, who picks up a 1st down, and that will be the last play of the 1st, I believe. No, with 1.8 seconds left in the 1st. So once the ball is set, the clock starts. So we've come to the end of 1, and it's been all Dothan. The score is the Dothan Wolves 13 and Wetumpka Indians nothing. We'll be back with more action after this time out. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. Hello and welcome back to Riverview Stadium. I am Mick Kirkland along with Gavin Thomas, and welcome back as we get ready to start the 2nd quarter of action. And as you can see, a very good crowd on hand tonight, and I tell you what, they have not been disappointed with the performance of the Dothan Wolves. What are your thoughts on that 1st quarter, Gavin?
Yeah, the 1st quarter was all Dothan Wolves for sure. They were able to do whatever they wanted to, whether it be running the ball or passing the ball, and their defense is coming up big.
And they have been, defensively, they've done a very outstanding job of open field tackling. They hand the ball off, and that time to Webb, and he gets to about the 40-yard line. A gain of about 3, 2nd and 7. So we're getting ready to proceed now. Dothan scored 1st tonight with 5:42 left on a 37-yard TD pass from Lane to Former. Lane, he's got a man. He's going deep, and he adjusts to the ball. Oh, they say it was out of bounds, but that was a great effort that time by. Let's see who we have as number.
Man, that was a great catch over here on the sideline. I was able to catch that. It was right in my wheelhouse. He almost got it. He was barely out of bounds.
Yeah, let me see if I can get a right name on that.
It was number 5.
Yeah. Let's see, I've got a couple of number 5s. We'll check and try to get that straight. Lane drops back. He's being pursued. He's up the middle. He picks up a 1st down. He's to the outside. He dives inside the 20. What an outstanding play. He picked up about 10, 12, about 20 yards on that play.
Yeah, man, he was able to make something out of nothing there.
That was C.J. Shackelford, his number 5 wide receiver. That's who almost made that incredible catch, but I love the way he came back to the ball. Ball's at the 20. Handoff up the middle and powers through. And it's a touchdown, number 6 for the Tigers. And that would be Jalen White with a 20-yard touchdown run.
Number 6 is a man amongst the boys right now. He is running straight through like knife and butter.
So the Wolves have gone up 19-0. Here early in the 2nd quarter. Extra point attempt up, and it's missed. So Dothan has missed 2 of 3 extra point attempts. Wow. And that was Jalen White with the touchdown. Man, I tell you, he was not going to be denied. So Dothan has really been in control of this game so far. They have really done a good job defensively and offensively. Offensively, they mixed things up. They played a lot of players, and a lot of players have contributed. It hadn't just been one player making the plays. We've seen really good plays, and the offensive line has done an outstanding job.
I tell you, man, everyone across the board is doing a phenomenal job. I would even say even this coaching staff, what an absolute great way to come out here and just start fast after a slow start last week.
So the ball is taken. Oh, he's got a lot of room over there. And he stumbles, and we have a flag on this side of the field.
Honestly, Mitt, I would say the only weak point that I've seen for the Wolves the whole game is their special teams.
Yeah, they need a little work on that, but they'll get it together. You know, this is only the second game, and you know, it's a lot of season ahead of them. Let's see what the call is.
I know this city's excited to get behind them, though. They had the mantra "one pack, one city, one school," which I think is phenomenal. And I think that this is the route that we should have been in, and already. But man, I am so excited about what's to come.
Yeah, I think it was blocking the back on the return. No, it was against the. It was against.
Blocking the back on the kicking team, 10 yards from the end of the line, first down.
Yeah, that was a blocking the back by the kicking team. So that puts Wetumpka in great field position there at the DHS 45.
We have another flag, Mitt. Looks like we got maybe a coach.
We can't stop on the ball here.
Oh no.
Coaching staff, the defense, 15 yards.
Well, that's two big penalties there, and that's really putting Wetumpka into great field position. And you know, when you have things going, you don't want to give your opponents any kind of opportunity. And, you know, they're down at the 30-yard line now. And it's a much shorter field.
Additional yards. Head coach has been disqualified from the contest.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mitt, it's got out of hand out here.
Wow, so that was 45 yards on that play because it's 15 for blocking the back, 15 and 30 for a coach's penalty.
Yeah, man, I don't know if you heard it. Also, we've got a coach that's being ejected.
Right, yeah, I did hear that. Wow, you know, things like this can be a momentum changer or a turning point in a game because Dothan has totally dominated this game up until this point. So the crowd is getting into it, and we'll see what happens here. That happened with
You hear it from the crowd. He wants it.
Okay, so it's 1st and 10 from the 15. Wow. Am I correct? Was it 45 yards of penalties?
I believe that is correct, Mitt.
Wow, that's terrible, terrible. But you just have to, hey, you can't let that stop you. You have to keep doing what you were doing and keep playing.
You got to pick up where you left off and continue dominating. If you're Dothan, if you're Wetumpka, this is where you've got to capitalize.
And that time they take down Terrence Thomas. After a short gain, he gained probably about 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8. Rawls is the quarterback. In the backfield with him is Thomas. He hands it off. He fakes the handoff to Thomas, and Rawls keeps it and gets it down to about the 10-yard line. So it brings up a 3rd and 5.
And defense is bearing down here at the goal line, Mitt.
They've got to. They can't let this momentum change. They have completely dominated this first half so far. We have 9:45 left in the first half, and the Wolves are up by a score of 19-0. They scored 3 touchdowns. 2 in the first and 1 here in the second. Man in motion. And a flag on the far side of the field.
We got a false start.
On the offense, 5 yards. Replay for them.
So that will move the ball back 5 yards. And it will bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Indians. They're taking their time. Three wide to the right. He drops back. He's being chased and he gets away. But he's not going to get the first down. He gets back to about the line of scrimmage.
It's a great open field tackle by number 4, Matt.
Number 4 is Jamie Davis. So it brings up a 4th down. We'll see if they're going to go for it or they're going to try to kick the field goal. And you mentioned the field goal kicker earlier.
Yes, that field goal kicker against Fairhope this past week hit a almost 30-yarder.
Yeah, this is a 31-yarder. And it's no good. So I tell you what, the defense stopped up. Their backs were against the wall after 45 yards of penalties, but they stiffened up and they stopped the Indians and forced the field goal attempt, and the Indians missed the field goal. So with 8:15 left in the second, to score 19 for Dothan, 0 for the Indians of Wetumpka as the action continues. So Dothan will be starting at their own 20. We'll see what they come out doing offensively.
Tell you what, that was the best thing that could have happened for the Wolves.
Wow. Good run that time by Jamal Lane. And he's close to a first down. It is a first down. He was able to get to the 30. So it's 1st and 10 from the 31 for the Wolves. And they have completely dominated here in the first half. We're down to 7:54 in the second. Wow, boy, that was a dangerous, that would have been 6. That was number 10 for Wetumpka, who got a hand on it. That was Murphy, and he had nothing but green grass in front of him. That was the first really bad pass I've seen Lane make tonight.
Yeah, that's the only bad decision I've really seen him make. You know, he's done a really good job of staying poised in the pocket and making the right decisions, so he needs to continue to do that.
Lane decides to keep it. He charges a defender, and he's still on his feet, and he made something out of nothing. Looked like he was going to be dropped for a loss, but he was able to pick up about 4 yards. So to bring up 3rd and 6. Dothan has only punted 1 time tonight. Whoa, that was in dangerous territory that time, and it's incomplete. He's had 2 of them he's tried to force, and
yeah, he tried to force that into at least 2 or 3 defenders there, but he over here on the sideline he had a wide receiver that was on man-to-man that he could have.
So it brings up a 4th down, so Dothan will be punting for the 2nd time tonight. Back deep for Wetumpka is number 24, Davis.
Watch out for Davis back here.
And the ball goes out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. So the Indians will be taking over at their own 28. You know, their last drive actually started on what, about the 15 after all the penalties? And the Wolves were able to stop them. And they missed a 31-yard field goal attempt. Rawls, he hands it off. Good run in that time. Across the 35. And we have a flag. I'm not sure what happened, but we will find out shortly.
Yeah, usually when you have a player that puts his hand up, you're usually the one that's the one that's done something wrong.
The guilty party.
On the defense.
What did they call on the defense?
Looks like it was going to be a personal foul on both the offense and defense, offsetting penalties.
So they'll replay the down. We've had a couple of those tonight, offsetting penalties. First down. Must have been, well, they moved the ball out to the 36. Good hit that time.
Very nice hit by number 7 there.
Number 7 is Preston Whitaker. So it's the 3rd and about 2 for the Indians. This is a big 3rd down. The Wolves need to stop the Indians here, but they're not. Big run that time by Rawls. He picks up the first down and moves it into the Wolves' territory.
Yeah, Mitt, that zone read, when he pulls that zone read, he's got it, and he's either gonna run you over or he's gonna get to where he wants to go, because that's a big boy.
It brings up a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line of Dothan. Man in motion. The hands off to Thomas. And
got a false start on the Indians.
False start. Offense. 5 yards. Replay the down.
So that one will come back 5. Makes it 1st and 15 for the Indians. We'll see if the Wolves can stop him. Looked like that wide receiver left early to me. Incomplete. Over on the right side of the line. Looks like he left early, but they didn't call it.
Yeah, man, number 3 was able to get into the backfield pretty quick there. They're doing a really good job of getting in the backfield for sure.
2nd and 15. Ball at the 48-yard line. Walls, he's being pursued. He's looking deep. And it's picked off. Picked off that time by number 13. That's Dothan's 2nd interception. That was Kobe Reese with the interception.
That was a great play by number 13. Just stepped right in the front of the receiver there and stole it from him.
Wow. So the defensive backs are doing a good job. That's 2 interceptions tonight. 1st and 10 for the Wolves after the interception. They'll be starting at their own 26. Boy, and I'll tell you what.
He's still on his feet.
He is running.
He's still on his feet.
Taken down is number 6, Jalen White, who had a big run earlier in the game.
What a play. What a play.
Wow. I'll tell you, the Wolves have some speed. They really do. They have just, they just have Wetumpka on their heels right now.
Oh, yeah, at all the skill positions, Dothan Wolves have got tons of speed.
1st and 10. The ball at the 24. And that time they give it to Webb, and he picks up a couple of yards. So it brings up a 2nd and 8. And that was an outstanding run. That time by Jalen White. He's a 5'9", 11th grader. Lane, he hands it off to Webb, who fights his way across inside the 20 to about the 16 or 17-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. It's going to be spotted at the 17. It brings up a 3rd and about 4.
Again, Mitt, the boys up front don't get enough love, but, man, they are pushing that defensive lineman out of the way.
So you think about it, these guys haven't had 7 days of rest because they played Saturday against Clay Chalkville up at Thompson, up in the Alabasta, Alabama. So Dothan wants a timeout with 4:22 left in the first half. They lead 19-0 over the Indians. 3rd and about 4 for the Wolves. That was a stop of action. I'm not. Do you see a flag anywhere?
I do not see a flag. We just looks like he wanted to tell him something.
Oh, he tried that time. Lane tried to hit Webb on the slant.
Came right off his fingertips, man.
So we'll see if they go for it or if they. I think they're going to go for it here. 4th down. 4th and about 4.
Looks like the Indians are going to take a timeout.
Yeah, so with 4:15 left in the first half, the score is the Wolves of Dothan 19, the Indians of Wetumpka nothing. 4th and 4 for the Wolves, and they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Big 4th down here.
He fumbled the snap, but it could have taken. He took advantage of, and he looks like he got the first down.
He came mighty close, man.
I think his forward progress got him the first down. Yes,
they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, it did. He crossed the line and he was knocked back. So the forward progress gave him the first down. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Wolves. The ball at the 9-yard line.
Look over here, number 5, tall receiver, maybe in the back of the end zone.
They give it to Webb. Webb just backs his way down to about the 7 or 8-yard line. A good play on 1st down, a gain of about 5. Dothan can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. They hand the ball off to Webb, and he moves forward to near the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and probably about 3.
We're continuing to run this clock out with running the ball, too, also.
Third and 3. 3:12 left in the first half. Dothan on top, 19-0 over the Indians of Wetumpka.
There it is, trips.
Call against Dothan. So they will back up 5 yards.
It looks like they're trying to run a trips over here to the far end zone.
So now it's a 3rd and 8. Ball back out at the 11-yard line. Under 3 minutes left in the half. Webb and Lane in the backfield. He goes with the
fade. There it is. There it is.
A great adjustment. Touchdown. Number 5, C.J. Shackelford. Man, that was a nice fake, but I like the way these Dothan receivers adjust to the ball.
That's right, man. I told you, I thought they might go trips in the back of the end zone, and that's exactly what they did. They got some tall receivers out here. I'm standing down here with them, and they got some height on them. So what you do is you go ahead and you lob that ball up in the back of the end zone. Let your receiver go get the ball.
Extra point attempt, and that time it looks good. So Dothan scores again with 2:42 left in the first half, and they go up by a score of 26-0. Dothan scored on a 11-yard TD pass from Lane to C.J. Shackelford, and I tell you what, Lane threw the fade, and I like the way that Shackelford came back, positioned himself, came back to the pass and caught the touchdown. 26-0 Dothan.
It's exactly how you would draw it up on the board. He went up and got it tip top highest point in the position.
And the ball is taken at the 20. And there's a lot of running room over on the opposite side of the field.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did they call a penalty?
Yeah, man, it looks like it's going to be a late hit on the sideline.
Well, he was still moving. I don't think that was, okay, no opinion. Yeah, okay.
That's going to get him an extra 15 yards. Start this.
For the last two possessions, Dothan had 45 yards of penalties on one play. Wow, 15 yards, so the ball. So Wetumpka will be starting at the Dothan 40. And they'll have 2 minutes and 32 seconds to try to do something with. Rawls drops back. He's looking, and he was trying to hit number 17, Brandon Bowman, but it's incomplete. Second and 10. Second and 10, 2:20 left in the half. Dothan up 26-0. First home game for the Dothan Wolves. They fell in their first opener to Clay Chalkville by a score of 37-14, but they have looked totally different here in this game against the defending state champion, the Wetumpka Indians. Good tackle that time by number 2. That was Myron Bell.
Thomas is volunteer. Got by number 2, Myron Bell, and number 13.
So it's a gain of about 6. Brings up a 3rd and 4.
What's good to see about this Dothan Wolves defense is when they're coming downhill, they are coming down with some ill intent.
Third and 6. Roll out, and it's complete for the first down to number 15, Jalea Johnson.
Number 6, Taquan Rawls. Pass is complete. Number 15, Jalea Johnson. Johnson stopped by.
The ball just inside the 25-yard line.
First down for the Indians.
Plenty of time. He's forced out of the pocket, but he's got some running room, and he's hit hard. Good hit that time. That was Rawls on the run. And he's knocked out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, man, it looks like their first play on offense is, all right, let's see if we can get this pass play off. If not, Rawls, do it. Got a wide receiver stack here to the far right.
And Rawls keeps it, and he cuts it outside. He's got some running room, but he's going to be taken out after he picks up the first down. He's going to be out near the 13. First and 10 from the 14. From the 14. We're down to 1:05 left in the half. The score Dothan 26, Wetumpka nothing. Dothan's got to find a way to get in that backfield and take Rawls down. He is there definitely. He's their offensive weapon. They're going to go with Bowman.
Looks like a wildcat formation.
And it works. That time Bowman takes it in from about 14 out.
Yeah, man, I don't think they were ready for that. It was a wildcat formation. Number 17 just used his athletic ability to get in the end zone.
Yeah, that was Brandon Bowman. He's a wide receiver. And they score with 55 seconds left in the half. Dothan had held them scoreless to inside of 1 minute in the half. And that was really set up by that penalty. And the extra point, no good. It was blocked. That was number 11, got a hand on it. That's what you do. That was Jalen Faison that got a hand up and blocked the extra point attempt. So that was something positive that came out of that. So we're down to 55 seconds, and the score is 26 for the Dothan Wolves and 6 for the Wetumpka High Indians, which we're waiting for them to get back on the field. I would be looking for the onside kick.
It would be smart of the Indians to go ahead and do an onside kick, having 55 seconds left to go on and maybe score again. Also, I would not kick it to number 6 or number 1 down here. They are way too fast, especially in space. They'll beat you.
Yeah, number 6 is Jalen White, who had a 20-yard touchdown run earlier. And number 1 is Bree Barber, who had a touchdown earlier. But, yeah, I think they're going to try an onside kick to try to get something, to try to get another scoring opportunity before the half. They found a little success on that drive, but they had a very short field. But they decide not to, maybe. And the ball is taken by Barber. And he's hit and brought down at the 25-yard line. Jabri Barber is pretty explosive.
He is. When he gets going, it's hard to stop him.
So we're down to 49 seconds left in the first half. And it has been all Dothan so far.
Yeah, Mitt, number 5's calling for the ball. He said, I got a touchdown last time. Get it to me.
In the game, it's Jamal Lane. And Webb is in the backfield. He handed it off to Webb. No, excuse me, that was not Webb. That was number 5, Shackelford. Trying to see timeouts. Wetumpka has 1 timeout left. So Dothan is probably going to try to run as much of the clock as they can to go into halftime up by 20 points.
Yeah, man, I think if you're the Wolves, you want to go ahead and get to half. You're already winning 26-6. Just get to the half. Let's talk over these penalties that we've had this first half and get out here in the second half and do better.
Really, the penalties is the only light that they've seen. Big run.
All right.
He needs a block. Get out of bounds. No, he's still running. Oh, wow. That was number 6, Jalen White. And he almost broke that one. So we're going to halftime, and the score is the Dothan Wolves 26, the Wetumpka Indians 6.
Your number 1 source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Hello and welcome back to Ripview Stadium tonight, where the Dothan Wolves make their home debut tonight, taking on the Wetumpka Indians. Ein Mittkirk along with Gavin Thomas. And Gavin, the first half was a fantastic half for the Dothan Wolves. They put up 26 points, and they also missed 2 extra points. So they really could have put up 28 points, and they lead it 26-6. Wetumpka lone score came with 55 seconds left in the half. Dothan taking on the 5-yard line. And that's Barber, and he takes it out to the 27.
Yeah, Mid, just to add on to what you were talking about, one of the biggest takeaways of that first half was there was no turnovers on Dothan's behalf.
And defensively, Dothan intercepted 2 passes. So the defensive backs have done really well.
Yeah, it's going to be a good night when you're able to force turnovers instead of have turnovers. Unfortunately, that was not the case this past week against Chalkville.
So Dothan will be starting on their own 27-yard line. And a good run that time. Good run. First down by number 2 for the Dothan. Well, I wanted to say Tigers, but we know it's not the Tigers. That was Jamal Lane picking up the first down.
Jamal continues to do a really good job of just being poised in the quarterback position.
So it brings up a 1st and 10. He fakes the pass, and he's got some running room. He breaks a tackle and picks up the first down across the 50 down to the 48-yard line. I'll tell you what, Lane, he's so elusive.
He's quick. If he gets by that one guy, he's going to get by another one.
They hand the ball off to, I believe it was Webb. Let's see what number.
Number 3.
Yeah, that was Webb. He picks up about 6 yards.
T. Webb has had a very productive game tonight.
So it brings up a 2nd and about 4 for the Wolves. And it's complete. And it's a first down inside the 30. That was number 9 with the reception. Jaden Former.
Again, number 5 there did a great job of blocking downfield. That's what you like to see from your wide receivers.
Lane and Barber in the backfield. Lane. And he's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That was a big-time play that time by number 19 for Wetumpka. Number 19 is Miles Ross.
Jamal's done a good job of keeping himself out of trouble in those different plays, but this time it wasn't able to. Looks like we got a hurt player, Mitt. Number 74.
That was a loss of about, we got a player down. Number 74. Let's see, number 74 is Joseph Paleo. So timeout on the field, 9:55 left in the 3rd, and the score is Dothan 26, Wetumpka 6. So number 74 leads the field. He left on his own power. That's Joseph Paleo.
That's right, Mitt. Get that man some mustard. He'll be all right.
Lane fires the open receiver.
Wow.
And he takes it in for the touchdown. Number 9 for the touchdown, Jaden Former. That was a 35-yard TD pass from Lane to Former.
What a dart. What a dart by Jamal.
It was exactly where it needed to be. And Former, he's a good basketball player too. We'll get to see him doing basketball season. These guys are just good, great athletes. Extra point is good, so Dothan goes up by a score of, it would be 33-6. It was 26, 6, and 7:30.
Well,
33-6, yeah, is the score. They were a little slow getting it up on the scoreboard.
Well, Mitt, the Wolves could have come out here and just laid down and won the game the way that it was, but they came out here firing.
Yes, they did. They did. So I've been very impressed with them on both sides of the field tonight. They've showed a lot of heart and a lot of talent. You know, heart is one thing, but talent and heart is a whole different thing. You know, and they've got the talent out there, the speed, and I like the way the offense really mixes things up. And they have kept Wetumpka off balance all night long. With the running game, the quarterback, you know, Lane, you've got to watch out for him because he can take off and run it. And then you got Webb in the backfield that can run it. Some good receivers in Shackelford and Former. So, you know, they have a lot of weapons out there.
That's exactly right. And, again, let's talk about Jamal Lane. What an absolute great game by Jamal Lane.
So that was going to come out to the 35. The ball goes out of bounds. And we have another Dothan player down.
Number 35,
yeah.
Mitt.
The number 35. I have two 35s, and I'm not sure which one that is because we do have two. So timeout on the field, 9:41 left in the third. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. First and 10 for the Indians at their own 35. They scored on their last drive, but they had excellent field position because of the penalties committed by Dothan. But they have the whole field to go this time. A quick out to number 24, and he's taken down at about midfield. That's Devenio Davis. First down.
Yeah, that's Davis. He is lethal on the outside. You do not want to have him in space if you're the Wolves.
I think what you're going to see the Indians start trying to mix things up a lot more because they depended heavily on Rawls in the first half. And he's going at it again. So Rawls is knocked out of bounds inside the 45, about the 43-yard line.
Number 2, Marlon Bell.
So a second and short. Ball at the 42-yard line. Quarterback looks, and he hits the receiver right in the hands, right in and out of the hands of Bowman. Bowman had the lone touchdown for Wetumpka in the first half, 55 seconds left in the half on a Wildcat. So it brings up a 3rd and 1 for the Indians.
What do you think here? You think they'll run it with 6 again?
Yeah, Rawls, he's going to take it, of course. And boy, we talked about how strong he was, and he showed his strength there. He pitched, and we have a flag.
Ball carrier number 6, Taquan Ross.
Yeah, once he's able to get downhill, it's whoever's in his way is going to pay.
I think it's against, we'll find out. We're not going to think. We'll find out for sure.
Looks like that's going to be on the Indians.
Unfortunately, on the opposite from the end of the line, play with the
I wonder if they needed the mic ref is not working good. I'm wondering if they needed to change his batteries out at halftime.
Probably so, Mitt. Looks like it was unsportsmanlike conduct on the Indians.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line of the Wolves. 8:55 left in the third. 33-6, the Wolves leading. And they hand the ball off and nowhere to go.
What a defensive stop by number 44.
Number 44 is Jordan Harris.
Number 44, Jordan Harris.
So no gain on the play. It brings up a 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play, 2nd down.
We've got Rawls, number 6 in the backfield. He's a quarterback along with number 1, Terrence Thomas, the running back. Rawls drops back, and there's another flag.
Flag on the field.
offense. 5 yards remains, 2nd down.
Now the penalties are starting to add up for the Indians. So it brings up a 2nd and 15. So far in this game, it's been all Wolves. Ross drops back. In and out of the hands of the receiver. He put it right where he needed it, but it was dropped.
Yeah, that's the 2nd drop pass of this series.
Pass intended for number 16, Robert Rose. He calls incomplete.
So it brings up a 3rd and 15. The Indians are the defending state 6A champions. But I tell you, the Dothan Wolves are looking like champions tonight.
Yeah, the Wolves look like they're in a different league compared to this Wetumpka team.
A back pass and a lot of open space. Number 24 on the reception.
Great tackle by number 11 on the sideline there.
It's the ball, number 24, by Davis. He is stopped by
So
number
Davis picks up the
11,
first down.
Jalen Bison.
That time they threw the pass to the weak side.
Yardage for a 1st down. The 1st
There was a lot of real
and 10
estate.
for the Indians at the Wolves 28.
All right, Mitt.
Boy,
Looks like number 24 got to almost the 3-yard line down here.
that was Davis.
24 Davis.
So that's another Wetumpka 1st down. They're moving the ball.
Picks up that yardage for a
They
first
found
down.
something that's working for them, and it
Goal
seems to
at
be
04.
on the left side of that line.
Yeah, the Wolves looked a little gassed here in this defensive possession. It's been a long series for them.
It has. We're down to 7:21 left in the 3rd. And that time, Rawls tried to take it up the middle and he stopped short of the goal line.
Uh-oh. It looks like our star player number 6 for the Wetumpka Indians gotten some cramp issues also.
That's Taquan Rawls, the quarterback. He's still down.
This would be big for the Indians here.
So he walks off the field on his own power. I've got to watch for that Wildcat again. They were very, Wetumpka was successful on that Wildcat by number 17, Brandon Bowman. And we'll see who takes the snap.
Second down and goal from the 2.
Can you see the number of...
Looks like we got number 5. Oh, we got a shift.
Okay, it's going to...
I believe that's going to be an illegal shift, Mitt.
Flag on the play.
We're going to have encroachment on the defense.
half the distance to the goal line. The ball is about on the 1 or 2 yard line. Touchdown. And who took that one in? Was it number 1?
That was close. Looked like it was maybe number 1.
Yeah, it was Thomas Terrace Thomas. So with Wetumpka actually scored their last 2 possessions. The last possession of the first half and the first possession of the second half.
Yeah, it looks like they finally found something that's working. Again, I feel like it's mixing it up a little bit more and just, passing the ball and running the ball. A lot in the first half, they've just been running it with Rawls.
But they go for the 2-point conversion, and it's good.
How about that? Your star player, Rawls, comes out of the game because he's got some cramps issues, and then your number 17, your backup, comes in and throws a 2-point extra conversion.
Yeah, so the score 33-14, 6:33 left in the third. All right, I always look for the onside kick, so you better be ready because, once the team get a little momentum and they see some opportunities to get some things working offensively, they want the ball back.
Yeah, I agree with that, Mitt. The only problem with that, if you do an onside kick now and you don't recover it, now you've got the Dothan Wolves at the 50-yard line with the ball. And we've seen this Dothan Wolves team. They can score the ball now.
Yeah, they have scored. They have punted twice tonight. On every other drive, they have scored a touchdown. Barber takes it at the 1, and he's across the 25. So Dothan will be starting at their own, let's see, they're going to mark it at the 20, look like the 28-yard line. That was a 65-yard drive that time by the Indians.
All right, this offense has had time to rest here on the sideline. Let's see what they've got for this possession.
And they're still at it, but good open field tackle.
Great tackle by number 23, it looks like.
And that was number 3, T. Webb. But he picks up about 6, so it brings up a 2nd and 4.
Top end 23, Avery Thomas.
Timeout on the field, and while we have a timeout, let me just kind of recap the scoring from the first half. Dothan's first score came with 5:42 left in the first on a 37-yard TD pass from Lane to Former. They missed a 2-point conversion. Dothan 6, Wetumpka nothing. Dothan scored again with 2:12 left in the first on a 3-yard TD run by Barber to make it 13-0 Dothan. In the second quarter, the Wolves scored twice. First on a 20-yard run by Jalen White with 10:56 left to make it a 19-0 Dothan lead. Dothan scored again with 2:42 left in the half with an 11-yard TD pass from Lane to Shackelford to score Dothan 26-0. Wetumpka scored with 55 seconds left in the half on a wildcat by wide receiver Bowman. Dothan blocked the extra point attempt. Dothan led 26-6 at the half, and now they lead at 33-14 as we get midway through the third quarter. Lane finds a receiver open on the crossing path, and he's still running. That's the Barber, and boy, did he lay a lick on that defender. Barber. A big gain on first down. Barber on the reception.
Again, Jamal Lane is coming up with some really big passes.
That one, Barber was right in stride, and Lane hit him on that crossing pattern, and he just kept going. Well, he gets to the outside, and he gets to the 30 where he stopped by number 23.
Again, number 23, man, he is around the ball.
Number 23 is Avery Thomas. He's a 10th grader.
He's got a bright future. He's a 10th grader.
One of the Dothan players loses a shoe or something. He comes out. That's number 11 leaving the game. It was Macon.
Also, it would be really good to go ahead and mention that number 74 left out with cramps. He's back in the game. He's the center for the Wolves.
2nd and 2. They give it to Webb, and he's going to be close to the first down. He may be just a little short. I think he's going to be a little short. Going to be 3rd and short. The ball inside the 30-yard line.
Okay, number 3, Tobias Webb, left stop by number 36, Kenny Hull. Brings up 3rd down and 2. Ball's on the 29-yard line.
Ball's on the 29.
Let's see if the Dothan Wolves can keep this momentum going.
I think they're in a 4-down territory. If they don't get it, I think they'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, he missed a wide open receiver. Wow, that time Lane missed Jaden Former, who was wide open. He led him just a little too much.
He hasn't missed many times, but that was one he wants back.
So it's 4th down, and they're going to go for it on 4th and 2. 4:02 left in the
Looks
third.
like we're in a wildcat formation here.
And he gets the first down.
It's close. It's close, Mitt.
Yeah, from where the official foot is, it looks like it's a first down.
Oh. I
Looking
can't tell from here.
Looking at the marker.
I think they're going to have to
They may have to
measure.
measure.
I think they're going to have to measure, Mitt.
To me, it looked like his forward momentum got him the first down. They're trying to cite it, but they're going to have to bring the chains out.
What it looked like to me was when he fell forward It looked like he might have had it.
Yeah, he's got it. First down. First down. So the Wolves keep this drive alive. They started on their own 28-yard line.
This crowd is fired up for this first down. Let's see if these Dothan Wolves can knock this in.
Wow. I tell you, if Lane hadn't missed Former, they would have had another 6 on the board.
Another great. You got number 5 here, man-to-man here. He's got some height on number 2.
Webb in the backfield with a Lane. They give it to Webb, and he drops the ball, incomplete. So to bring up a 2nd and 10. The ball's at the 28-yard line.
2nd down and 10.
That time Webb couldn't hold on to it. They're using a lot of time on this clock. We have 3:37 left in the third. Dothan up 33-14. Lane. Whoa, man. He tried to hit Barber, but Barber got a little turnaround, and it was incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
It's a 3rd and 10. A couple of missed opportunities on this drive.
Mitt, I want you to watch number 5 here down here where I'm at and see the height difference of number 5 and number 2.
Oh, yeah, Shaka was tall.
If I'm Dothan, I'm just laying it up here.
Lane's going to be stopped.
Number 1 on the tackle for the Indians.
And a flag.
Maybe excessive celebration.
No, I think they're pointing toward Dothan. We'll see what the call is. Somebody probably said something.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct on Dothan there.
So that puts them out of, they're going to have to punt this one now.
You would think so. It's 4th and the rest of Dothan to go.
Yeah, you don't want to give Wetumpka good field position.
4th down and 27.
I would try to punt it and put it back as close to the goal line as I can.
Here comes the punt team. Let's see if they can pin them back.
The punter is Tyrell Thomas. Oh boy, he shanked that one. Yep.
It was not a great punt, Mitt. I do believe last week he had a punt that was much worse than that.
Yeah. So Dothan punts for the 3rd time tonight. So it would be the Indians' ball with 3:07. And they will be starting on their own 31-yard line. 1st and 10. They've had good success on the far side of the field. And this time they come back this way.
Uh-oh.
And a flag. Look like it's going to be coming back. A couple of flags. An area
Got
of
holding on number 11.
Number 2,
Myron Bell.
So that was coming back. Well, I saw flags flying like a saucer. So 2 of them flying there.
Yeah, those refs all at the same time. Can't get away with that right in front of the ref.
Right. So it moves the ball back in to the 25-yard line. First and 16.
So the Wetumpka Indians have scored in the last 2 possessions. We'll see what they do here on this possession.
Dothan's got to keep them on their side of the field. Well, I'll tell you, that guy's fast. First down. Rawls.
He's quick. He's quick, man. He gets over the edge pretty quick.
They're exploring that side of the line. They are. If you look at all the big plays, they have come on that side of the line.
Either that or they don't want to come see me over here.
They heard you were on the sideline, so they said stay away from that side.
That's right. I don't want to end up on not so.
It was short of the first down, so 2nd and 1. He went out of bounds. Goes deep.
Going deep.
Got a man. And it's complete. Complete at about the 27-yard line.
You know, Mint, he's had a couple of throws that have been right on the money. You just haven't seen the receivers bring them down. But that time, his receiver was able to bring it down for a big, big gain.
And he actually has thrown 2 interceptions tonight. Still a lot of time left in this game. Pass complete to
great tackle by number 4 there.
To Bowman. That was Jamie Davis on the stop.
They found something side by side. They're going from side to side here.
They got, let's see, that was a gain of 3, so we're going to say it's 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7 for the Indians. I would look for the far side. They've had a lot of success over there. See what? But they
right
go
up the middle.
Rawls is stopped. I think right about the 10-yard line. They're going to give it to him inside the 10. 1:26 left in the 3rd. If they score on this possession, it will be that 3rd straight possession with score.
The Wolves defense has got to bear down here and make sure they don't get in the end zone. 6 got it again. Great tackle by number 21.
Rawls was stopped by number 21, Fisher Parrish. Looks like Rawls is leaving the game again. But it didn't matter their last possession because Thomas took it in from 1 yard out.
I think Rawls is just gassed. He's been he's taken the load all game long.
Boy, that was some effort.
Wow, I think he was able to get.
No, they're saying it's short. The officials saying it's short.
Oh, yep, short by a yard. Looks like we're gonna have.
Well, that was a great effort.
Goal.
Now the Wolves need to stiffen up that defense right here. A lot of time left in this game.
Ooh. Almost a fumble, but he was able to grab it and get in end zone.
Touchdown. Now, who was that scored again? Was that number 1 again?
And number 1 again.
Yeah, that's Terrence Thomas.
It must be nice to take your star player out and be able to put number 1 in there as a Wildcat offense and get in the end zone every time.
I don't know if the Tigers are wearing down, the Wolves are wearing down, but I tell you what, the Wetumpkas fought back.
They have fought back, and it's getting closer here, 30-20. They put this one through, it'd be 33-21. We still got a whole quarter to left. We got plenty of game here.
Yeah,
It might get interesting.
Yeah, Dothan's got to make sure they keep the pressure on offensively. That last drive, they blew a couple of opportunities. Extra point is good, so the score is now Dothan 33, Wetumpka 21. So the Wetumpka Indians have scored on their last 3 possessions. And the score was 33-6. The beginning of the third, and Dothan has not scored in the third, and Wetumpka has put up 14 more points. Good return that time by number 11 for the Wolves, and that was Macon on return.
Yeah, man, I tell you, you do not want to give this Wetumpka Indians team any momentum because they've got the momentum has shifted their way here in this end of the third quarter.
It sure has. So that's the end of the third. Okay, we've come to the end of the third, and the score is the Dothan Wolves 33 to Wetumpka Indians 21. We'll be back with more action after this timeout. You're watching the Cynic Sports Network.
Your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Cynic Sports Network.
Hello and welcome back to Riverview Stadium, where the Dothan Wolves, their first home game of the season, taking on the Indians of Wetumpka. I'm Mick Kirkland along with my main man down on the sideline, Gavin Thomas. And Gavin, looked like the Indians have got some momentum here.
Yeah, the Indians sure did get some momentum here in this.
So Dothan starting in good field position, their own 49-yard line. Dothan has not scored here in the second half, and Wetumpka has put up 2 touchdowns on 2 possessions. So it's crucial that Dothan score on this drive, and not like that, a good stop in the backfield.
Yeah, this is an important series here for Dothan. They got to stop the bleeding.
That was number 33 on the stop, Jackson.
Brings up second down and 12.
Loss of 2, second and 12. Lane is running around, and he gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. Last thing Dothan need to do is have a 3 and out and put the ball back into the hands of the Indians. So it's going to be 3rd and 11.
It's a big third down here for the Wolves.
It's a huge third down. They're only up by 12 points. They were leading 33-6. Complete. Wow. I tell you what, Lane showed a lot of poise, holding on to the ball till he could find Macon open, and he zipped it right where it had to go.
That was a great throw, and then a great reception by number 11.
Dothan needed that play. They needed to keep this drive alive because they had gotten behind the chains. But now it's a 1st and 10 on the Indian side of the field. They give the Shaka, but he breaks the tackle. He cuts to the left, and he takes it in for the touchdown. Shaka Ford from 28 yards out. Touchdown, Wolves. That's how you answer touchdown with the touchdown.
Man, I believe that was number 6.
Was it 6? I thought it was 5. 6.
Number 6.
Okay, yeah, excuse me. That was Jalen White with the touchdown.
What an absolute athletic play by number 6 there. He was able to break through and then put a move on that defender.
Well, that was from 20, was it 20 yards out? I believe it was. Extra point is good. So the Wolves came out howling because they had to. Because I tell you what, the Indians had come out and they had really put together a really 3 great drives to put up 20 points, 21 points. So it's now the score is the Wolves 40 and the Indians have 21. And the kickoff, and it's taken at the 15-yard line and brought out to about the 38. 30. They're going to mark it at the 37. Just over 10 minutes left in the fourth. So the Wolves really have got to get that defense back together. The defense has not, I don't know if they've gotten tired or what, but the Indians have come out on the attack here in the second half. Boy, I tell you what. Oh, we have a flag back there. We could have holding. I tell you, Rawls, he's definitely a weapon. No doubt about it.
Yeah, Rawls is just built to play football for sure.
Holding offense, 10 yards from the end of the run, remains first down.
Good. It was holding against the Indians, so the ball they will back up. Long pass, and it's complete.
Great pass.
And he's got a lot of running room. He can take this one. And it's to the house. Wow. He hit him in stride.
That happened.
Touchdown Wetumpka with 9:31 left.
That happened pretty quick, Mitt.
It did.
Looks like they're just exchanging scores here in this fourth quarter.
So you thought we thought that Dothan had gotten a comfortable lead back, but I'll tell you, the Indians have scored on every possession since the last possession of the second. So it's a 40-28 score now. Dothan leads 40-28 over Wetumpka. So Wetumpka scores on a long pass play to cut that score down, that lead down to 12 again. And we still have 9.5 minutes left, so the Wolves got to come out here on this possession, take some time off the clock, and put some more points on the board.
Still plenty of time, though.
I tell you what, the Indians did not fold up the tents. They didn't. They could have very easily done that. Ball is taken at the 10. And we got some running room. One man to beat. Wow, what a great return that time by Bacon.
Great return by number 11. Just made something happen out of nothing.
Wow, and that's exactly what Dothan needed. Wow, he gives them great field position. So the Wolves will be starting deep in the Indians' territory at about the 37-yard line. So,
Great field position for the Wolves.
yeah, and they definitely need to put some points on the board.
Looks like we're going 5 yards back.
No, it was a timeout. Dothan called a timeout. So with timeout on the field, 9:17 left in the fourth. The score is Dothan 40, Wetumpka 28. 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Ball at the 42-yard line. And a good run up the middle inside the 30.
Another flag.
Flag at the 35.
Looks like it's going to be on the Indians.
Probably a face mask. Face mask against the Indians, so that will move the ball up 15 yards for the Wolves. So the ball is now at the 25-yard line. Shackelford, he bounces off and he moves forward inside the 20. Looks like he was going to be stopped with no gain, but a great effort that time.
That's number 6.
Six,
again.
okay, 5 and 6 keep looking the same to me. Okay, number 6 is White.
I think number 5, Shackelford, is
He's a wide receiver.
Probably about 5 inches higher than him.
Okay, so keep it straight. That's why I got an extra set of eyes close to the field. Okay, that is number 6, which is Jalen White. There go White, and he stays inbounds, and
I was able to pick up the first down, but there's a flag.
Wow, the laundry is flying now.
It's going to be holding on Dothan.
So the
Yards from the spot of the foul.
sometimes that might work, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it's very inconsistent.
Yes, it is. So it will bring up a second down. 17. Second and 17. We're down to just over 8 minutes left in the fourth. 40-28. Wolves. Barber, he gets it outside.
Down to the outside.
And he gets up back near the original line of scrimmage. One thing this is doing is taking some time off the clock. It's 3rd and 11.
Good thing about running the ball here is that it's taking all the time up in the fourth quarter.
And I think they're going to use most of the play clock. Lane
Going in the
got
back of
plenty
the end
time.
zone.
Yeah, he threw it into traffic that time. So it brings up a 4th and 11.
Mitt, I tell you what, I'm looking out here on the defense, and I see Qualls out here, Rawls out here on, on the defense and as a safety. What can this kid not do?
Yeah, you go for it here on 4th down. He's an athlete.
He can
No
do
doubt
it
about
all, Mitt.
Taquan Rawls.
He's out here limping around and making plays on the defensive side of the ball. And then when it comes to offense, he is the offense. Oh, what a play there.
Oh, and
Looks like another flag.
Number 6, Taylor White, ball carrier, who is right on the play.
he was short of the 1st down. Let's hope it's against the Indians.
I do know
it is against the Indians.
I do know they were blocking pretty low there.
Yeah, I think it was a low hit. I said, I think. I don't know. But we'll find out very shortly.
It's on the Indians.
On the defense.
So that was on the defense. I didn't hear, what was the call? Did you get it?
I wasn't able to catch it, but it is a 1st down. I do know that.
So it's a 1st and goal. The ball inside the 10-yard line.
All right, I did hear that. It was below the knees. Tackled him below the knees.
Yeah, I saw that. We're down to 7 minutes left in the 4th. 40-28. Wolves leading the Indians, who have come out the second half fighting.
Number 6 here around the corner.
White takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. From 9 yards out. And that's what you have to do.
We've got a hurt player. Number 25 is down on the field here for the Indians.
So White takes it in. Jalen White takes it in for the touchdown from about 9 yards out with 6:39 left in the 4th. And, you know, the Indians can't exchange touchdowns with the Wolves because that's what's happened the last couple of possessions. Seems like every time the Indians look like they're getting close, as the Wolves come up with a drive to put some points on the board.
Yeah, man, that was a big drive for Dothan. They needed to get some points on the board there, and they did. But I tell you, Mitt, this crowd that came out tonight is a great crowd, but they have not been disappointed. This has been an absolute fun game to watch, lots of scoring. This is what you want to come out to see on a Friday night.
And I think I see a flag on the other side of the field. I think it's going to be against the Wetumpka coaching staff. Yeah, these coaches have been upset tonight. Dothan had one coach ejected, and I think that call was against the Indians, one of the Indians coaches. So we're at 46-28, 6:39 left. So here's an extra point attempt. Kind of a high snap, but it's good. Yeah, so the Indians fall behind by 19, about 19, 47-28. I tell you, this has been an exciting game, as you were saying. And whenever the Indians come back punching, I tell you what, the Wolves, they come out and they just do what they need to do and take care of business. And that's why they've gone back up by 19 points. Anything you want to say about this last drive, Gavin?
Well, we've seen kind of the same thing back and forth from both teams. We got, some very, very elite athletes on both teams. We're going to see a lot of Rawls here in this next drive from the Wetumpka Indians. We're also going to see number 1 most likely, but I'd like to see one more stop from this Dothan Wolf defense. Show us what you showed us in the first half. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the penalty, Dothan will be kicking off from the Wetumpka side of the field, from the 45-yard line after the penalty call against the coaching staff. Ball is taken on the 5.
What a cut.
And out of bounds at the 27. So Wetumpka will be starting at their own 27. So they have 6 minutes, 34 seconds left in the fourth. And Wetumpka's trailing the Wolves by a score of 47-28. Now this is the opening game for the Wolves at home. They fell last week to Clay Choctaw. Now, Dothan is playing as a 6A team this year, but they will move up to 7A next year. Handoff. Boy, that big boy is running. But they finally bring him down. He used a lot of clock doing that to pick up a few yards.
Hey, Mitt, tell me this. This is always good to see on your second game of the season here, but how about Dothan Wolves coming out here in the second half after all the penalties we saw in the first half? How about Dothan Wolves coming out here and doing pretty well without many penalties at all?
Quarterback drops back, and he goes deep and complete. Wow, what a reception that time by Devinio Davis. A big gain on the play.
It's one of their big-time athletes, Mitt.
I'll tell you what, Rawls threw that one exactly the way he needed to throw it. So timeout on the field. 5:47 left in the fourth. 47-28 Dothan. First and 10, the ball at the 35-yard line. After a big pass by Rawls. Rawls drops back. He goes for the end zone. Ooh, incomplete. Back defending for Dothan was number 11, Kobe Reese.
Number 24, Davis.
A good defensive play that time by Reese. Because that would have been another touchdown. Brings up a second and 10. 5.5 minutes left in the fourth. Wolves up 47-28. With the Indians driving. Drops back, and that should be intentional grounding. I didn't see anybody near the ball. The officials discussed it, but I think they're going to let it go. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10, and the ball is at the 35. Rawls drops back. He goes deep. And it's caught. And he's still on his feet. And he could take it. And wow. What a play. What a play.
Wolves got a face mask penalty on.
Yeah, I know, but I think, did he get in the end zone?
No, he didn't quite get in. He got close.
I tell you, this Wetumpka team does not quit.
They definitely don't have quit in them, that's for sure, because they are continuing to fight hard to the end of this clock.
Yeah, and there's still a lot of time left in this game. Just over 5 minutes, so it'll be first and goal.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. After this, we pick up first down.
First and goal. And I guarantee you Rawls will have his hands on it.
First and goal for the Indians.
Substitution into the game for the Wolves.
All right, the spot was at the 1, but it's going to be at the half-yard line is what was going on there.
First and goal from the half-yard line. And none other than Rawls walks into the end zone from 1 yard out.
Yeah, that was just too easy, Mitt.
So Wetumpka has scored on, let's see, every possession of the second half. If I'm correct, let's see. Yep, they have.
That's quite impressive, especially the defense that we saw the first half.
Yeah, and Dothan has scored on their last 2 possessions. Extra point is good, so it's a 47 to 35. Yeah, 47-35. Dothan lead with 4:50 left in the fourth. Everything Dothan's thrown at them, they've come back, but Dothan has, every time Wetumpka has scored, last couple of times, Dothan's been able to score themselves. So they're holding on to a 12-point lead, and we're under 5 minutes left in the fourth.
Yeah, man, if you can see here, the coaches definitely think that there's an onside kick about to happen. Got 2 number 11s on the field.
Dothan calls a timeout. Yeah, that's a good move because they, something big could happen on that. So you want to get your players ready and make sure they look for the onside kick and don't make a mistake and give the Indians an opportunity to get back in this game. So we're looking for an onside kick here.
Definitely looking like it must be an onside kick. Dothan's got to be ready for this. They don't look organized at the moment. One thing to mention here is Dothan does not have their head coach.
So Wetumpka, they're going to try for an onside kick. And Dothan gets it. It's unsuccessful. Great hands that time by Dothan. They loaded the right side of the field, but did it go 10 yards?
There is a flag.
I don't think it went 10 yards.
Well, I don't think it necessarily has to go 10 yards unless.
Yes, it does. It has to go 10 yards. Before the offense can touch it, for sure.
Right, but I don't think it has to go 10 yards. It's a defense.
Defense, right? Yeah.
So I don't think that was it. I think it might have been a false start, or it might have been on actually it's going to be on the Wolves because they're going to be able to re-kick it. If it would have been on the Indians, they wouldn't have been able to re-kick it.
Right. So it's a they're going to try it again. See, they loaded the right side of the field, and then they kicked it to the left. So
They were trying to catch him off guard. I don't think they're going to catch him off guard again.
Dothan played it very well. They had the good hands people out there, and that was, I believe it was number 3.
How about Jamal Dean coming up with that big onside kick recovery? Must be nice to be able to put your quarterback in that position and say, hey, you're the leader of our team. Go out there and make sure to get this ball.
Hey, who has better hands than a quarterback? Okay.
That's right, man.
He handles the ball on every play, offensive play. So, you know, that's the guy with the hands. So, 1st and 10. So, the Wolves will be starting on their own 46.
All right, if you're Dothan, you just got to make sure that you keep the ball. We got another flag on the play.
So they're going to start off 5 yards behind.
But yeah, so what I was saying, Mid, is if you're Dothan, you just got to make sure that you keep that ball off the ground. Make sure to keep it tight, high and tight with your running backs, and try to dwindle off this clock.
Nothing there, a gain of probably 2 yards. Wetumpka has 2 timeouts left. But I think Dothan needs to keep the foot on the accelerator.
Are we sure they have 2 timeouts left? It says down here 3.
It says, okay, 3. I'm sorry, I was looking at Dothan timeouts. It's 3 for the Indians.
And that's plenty of time to get the ball back and, you know, make something happen. So, you know, I understand Dothan wants to run out the clock, but you can't sit on it too much.
No, you need to keep attacking. And there you go. Shackelford, White. Man, that was a run. It looked like he was going to be stopped after a short gain, and he just kept going. He spun out of a tackle, and he lunges forward and picks up about 17 yards.
Yeah, that was a great run, but it looks like it paid dividends because he's down. Number 6 down.
Yeah, that's White. Jalen White. White had he's had 2 touchdowns tonight.
He's had a big night.
Yeah, he had a 20-yarder with 10:09 left in the 4th, and he scored in the first half. Let me check that. White had a 20-yard TD run. He's had 2 20-yard TD runs. He had one with 10:56 left in the second. So he's had a big night for the Wolves. We'd like to take time now to thank our sponsors that sponsor this broadcast. Miss Carolyn Smith and Lewis Smith Supply, Briars Warren Drugs and Enterprise, along with Dothan Auto Sales, and the Glass Doctor. So it's been a good season for us, and we appreciate all of you tuning in, and we would appreciate more if you stop by and visit our sponsors and let them know how much you appreciate them sponsoring.
That's right. We got some really big games tomorrow.
Yeah, we do. It's the opening weekend of college football, and they give the ball to number 23. We haven't called his number tonight, but he picks up a good gain. Number 23 is, let me get his name. 23 is.
Yeah, man. Tomorrow you can just keep your TV on ABC all day long.
Okay, that was Deontay Ramey. Gain of about 4, so it's a 2nd and 6. Down to 3:21 left. They give it to Rainey again, and he breaks a tackle.
Oh, man.
Man, he cuts it outside. Picks up a first down, and looked like he was sitting a little late out of bounds, but we're not going to talk about that. That's a first down, and we can keep the clock going. Big play. He just came off the bench, and they brought in the big bruiser, Ramey, and he's
Yeah, that's a big boy running through the lane like that.
right, and he's picked up some big yards on 2 consecutive plays. I remember him from last year, and he was a good running back. Lane gives it to Ramey again. He cuts it outside.
Man, what a big boy.
He drives down inside the 10 to the 6-yard line, and it's another Wolves first down.
Hey, Mitt, where'd he come from? I haven't seen him all night.
I remember him from last year. I do.
Well, they got Thunder and Lightning working out here because Thunder's going to be 23, and then you got Jamal Lane's going to be your Lightning.
Yes. So they're able to really take some time off the clock on these running plays. And it's 1st and goal. The ball at about the 8-yard line. They give it to him again. They're going to keep feeding him. And boy, he goes.
It's a good idea because he almost got it.
Yeah, he's got a pair of fresh legs. So, and those defenders are tired by now.
That's exactly right. They brought in their lethal weapon, their secret weapon in here in the 4th quarter with a minute to go.
Yes, and they had been saving that one. But
I'd give it to him again, Mitt.
Why not? Why not?
Let him finish it off.
That's right. Let the one that got you there. Give it to him. So it is a 2nd and goal. Dothan scores here. They put this one
Back
away.
to him.
Ramey
Touchdown.
in for the touchdown from 2 yards out. Man, I'm happy for that young man. Wow.
What a drive, man. He just drove that tank all the way down for a touchdown.
Yes, he did. He did. He really did. And they gave it to him every play on that drive, and he performed each play. Like I said, Wetumpka has scored, but Dothan has answered every time with a touchdown. So it's 53-35 now. Extra point is good. Make it 54-35. Dothan leads Wetumpka. Okay, the Wolves continue to score. They have put up 54 points on the board tonight. And they kind of hit a slump in one little period, but they did, once they figured, hey, we got to score some more points to take this one away, they did exactly what they needed to do. So the Indians will take the ball on about the 27-yard line. And they have a minute and 13 seconds left. So Dothan did a good job of managing the clock on that last drive. First and 10 from the 27-yard line of the Indians. I expect them to come out shooting. Incomplete. And they throw a flag. They're going to say the defensive back got there just a little early. That was kind of close. We have Gavin he's going to talk to some of the fans after the game and kind of get their feedback on what they think about the performance tonight by the Wolves. So it's a 1st and 10, the ball at the 42-yard line. The drop back. And it's complete. And he'll probably take that one. He does. So I tell you, the Indians don't give up. Big touchdown play by the Indians with 54 seconds left. So it's a 54-41 game. And just when you think you got them buried, they come back on another big play. So you know they're going to go for another onside kick.
All right, Mitt, I'm here with one of our Dothan Wolves fans here. Bobby Foles is here, and we're asking him, what he thinks of the Dothan Wolves so far.
I think they played a real good game. I think they got tired toward the end of the second half, and I enjoyed it. It's been quite a while since we've been out in the high school football games, my wife and I.
That's great. And, we've got Dothan Wolves. It was Northview and Dothan High. Now that they're together, what does that really mean for Dothan?
I think it was a good move myself. I really do. I think if they keep winning, if they start winning, I think it'll be a really big plus for the city of Dothan, Houston County, and South Alabama.
Absolutely. We're so excited here. We got the one pack with the one city, the one school, the mantra that we're continuing to go with. Thank you so much, Bobby.
Okay, thanks, Gavin. Blocked. Extra point. It is picked off by the Dothan player. He can take it back. Keep going.
I think they're bringing that back.
Okay. Oh, wow. But that did it there. A great block extra point. That's the second extra point they blocked tonight. So let's see, that score is 54-41. Dothan leading with 54 seconds left. So we are winding things up. Any closing comments you want to talk about? Find somebody else to talk to, if you
All
will.
right.
We're trying to get the fans involved in the game tonight. We know it's going to be another onside kick attempt. Gavin, we'll come to you in a minute. I'll let you know when we're ready to come to you. We're going to wait to after this kick, because you know they're going to try an onside kick. And they were unsuccessful the last time, so we'll see what happens this time. And it's recovered by Dothan. It's recovered by number 9, Taden Former. Okay, let's go down to Gavin, and you have someone you want to talk to for us?
The Matt Hayes in the up here in the crowd here, and Matt, what do you think of the Dothan Wolves so far?
They look pretty athletic. They're looking real good. It's an exciting game to watch. I'm going to tell you, you like to watch some offense, and they're putting points on the board, you know?
Absolutely. We were just talking about that. We got a lot of college football to watch tomorrow, and it's nice to just go ahead and get you a preview of what you're going to see on Saturday, with Auburn and Alabama. What is it that the Dothan Wolves needs to improve on?
Well, you can see right here they need to work on their defense a little bit, it looks like to me. You know, they're definitely skillful on offense, points on the board, but they're going to have to hold some people to win some big games.
Sure. What do you think they're going to do with Eufaula?
I think they'll handle them pretty good. No problem.
That's right. So we play Eufaula the next game here at Rippue Stadium. We want to thank Matt Hayes for his interview there. Appreciate it and have a good night.
All right, thanks. So Dothan was penalized. So they're setting the change, 18 seconds left, and there's like a 6-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. So that's the end of the game. And the Dothan Wolves win their first game at home with the new consolidated Northview and Dothan High, which is now called the Dothan Wolves, and they win it big, putting up 54 points, 54-41. What do you think of this performance tonight?
Man, I tell you what, I don't know. I mean, I am so impressed with how Dothan came out tonight after the game they played last week against Chalkville. 4 turnovers, Nick. Almost 5 turnovers last week. No turnovers tonight. No turnovers. That's huge, and that's something that you can build upon if you're Smitty Grider. I know that was a tough situation tonight with him being ejected, but you know what? You come back next week against Eufaula, and you come out here and you play the same way that you did. Maybe get the defense a little bit more help out there. It looked like at the end of the game they were just gassed.
Yeah, I think the defense got tired, but they performed well. I tell you what, I was very impressed. You don't see it. Those guys were not missing tackles. They were making tackles, wide, open field tackles, and that's what you like to see. So I was very impressed with the Wolves' performance tonight. They did a good job. And real quickly recap the score. Dothan scored first with 5:42 left in the first on a 37-yard pass from Lane to Former. They missed the 2-point conversion. Dothan led 6-0. Dothan scored again with 2:12 left in the first on a 3-yard run by Barber to make it Dothan 13, Wetumpka nothing. In the second quarter, they scored twice. First on a 20-yard run by Jalen White with 10:56 left to make it a 19-0 lead. Dothan scored again with 2:42 left in the half with an 11-yard TD run from pass from Lane to Shaka for the score. And it made it to score Dothan 26, Wetumpka nothing. But Wetumpka scored with 55 seconds left in the half on a wide receiver by the wide receiver Bowman. And but Dothan blocked the extra point and made it 26-6. But I tell you what, Wetumpka came out in the second half and they came on strong. And they scored, I believe, on every possession of the second half. It's good Dothan got a big lead early because I tell you, Wetumpka came out the second half and they really challenged Dothan. Let's see, Dothan scored on let me get to the third quarter. Dothan scored on a 35-yard TD pass from Lane to Jay Former to make it with 9:41 left in the third to make it 33-6. Then Wetumpka came back at 6:33 on a 1-yard run by Thomas, make it 33-14. Dothan had to punt the next time, and Wetumpka came back and they scored on a 1-yard TD run by Thomas to make it 33-21 at the end of 3. Then in the fourth, Dothan scored again with 10:09 left in the fourth on a 20-yard TD run by White, his second touchdown of the night to make it 40 to, let's see, what was that score? 40-21. And then Wetumpka comes back on a pass by Rawls to make it 40-28. It was 40-28. And at the end of 3, and Dothan scored again, at 6:39 left in the third on a 9-yard TD run by White to make it 47-28. But the Indians never gave up. They came right back and scored on a 1-yard TD run by Rawls to make it 47-35. Dothan came back on and they brought a guy in off the bench, Ramey, and he just rammed it down their throat. And they gave it to him every time on that drive, and he scored with 1:17 left on a 2-yard TD run to make it 54-35, but the scoring was not over. Wetumpka comes back and scores with 54 seconds left in the game on a long touchdown pass from Rawls. And Dothan blocked the extra point, and the final score 54-41. The Wolves win their opening game ever.
I don't know how you kept up with all that scoring. All I know as a color commentator is that's a lot of points.
A lot of points. We scored nearly almost 100 points. That was 95 points scored in this game.
It was a lot of offense and not enough defense, in my opinion. But you know what? It is early in the season, and they have plenty of time to work on the defense. But if I'm the offense, I'm going in pretty happy with the way it turned out.
Yes, definitely. The offense looked really good tonight. I think they only punted a couple of times the entire game. And we'd like to congratulate Coach Smitty Grouder and his staff for putting together a good game plan and winning this game. And it was a big victory for the Dothan High School Wolves.
Absolutely. And one thing that we didn't talk about is the fact that, you know, when Coach Smitty Grouder, you know, was ejected from the game, you know, that other coaching staff, all the other parts of the coaching staff had to step up in his absence. And I tell you, they did a really good job of making sure to keep those kids, you know, focused in on what they needed to do. And that says a lot about the coaching staff for sure.
Okay, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight from Rip Hughes Stadium, where the Dothan Wolves defeat the Indians of Wetumpka by a score of 54-41. On behalf of Gavin, I almost called you your brother, Gavin Thomas, and our cameraman tonight, Willie Elder. This is Mick Kirkland saying good night, and thanks for watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Your #1 source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.